Morning, Payson.
Morning.
Morning, James. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Hey, CJ, how's it going?
What's going on, Mr. Payne?
I have embraced capturing kids' hearts because honestly, it keeps the kids to where they can self-direct their own behavior. It lowers anxiety in the classroom. And from a teacher standpoint, I really don't deal with as much discipline as I used to deal with, just because the kids know that they can trust me and I know that I can trust them. The biggest impact that I've seen with the kids is that they're a lot more motivated, they're a lot more confident, they take more risks academically. I guess you could say that they're kind of locked in. They kind of have I guess like a framework where they can correct each other socially, they can correct their own emotions. You do have to get the kids to buy in just a little bit, because at first they're hesitant about the social contract. They're hesitant about I guess giving each other affirmations, because in middle school it's different to actually give somebody positive encouragement. Once they embraced it, it really kind of took off with how they interacted with each other, how they talked to each other, how engaged that they were with their work. Now that we've implemented it, I really do think there's a lot of buy-in, and especially since they do it in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. By 8th grade, they kind of already know what the system is. So my favorite component of capturing kids' hearts is good things. We share good things almost every day. It really is just a lighthearted way to start class, but also it teaches me a lot about the kids. It shows the kids that I genuinely care about what's going on with their lives, and I even share with them, so they get a peek into my life. And so it really just kind of builds trust and starts the class with a positive attitude.
So coming from an elementary school that doesn't implement capturing kids' hearts, and coming to the secondary world where they do implement capturing kids' hearts, it's really been a difference in the students and the relationship building piece between the students and the teachers. They really enjoy doing the good things with the teachers. It starts the class in a positive tone. It helps build those relationships with the teachers and students, so that it's not just all academic. It is, hey, we trust each other, and I can come to you and you can come to me about things that we see that need to be improved. The kids love the launches that they do to exit class. Here again, it's just more of, we take a second to learn about each other and build those relationships, so in turn the academics are improving.
Good morning. Good morning. Elijah, good morning, Colin. Good morning, Kevin. The biggest impact that I've seen from capturing kids' hearts, and I use it in tandem with my class dojo, is that it gives kids an incentive to stay on the right track. It helps them to think about what choices they're making, why they made those choices, and helping them get back on the right track. The social contract is a central piece of my classroom. We talk about no put downs, building each other up, not tearing each other down. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. You can see behind me the collage that the students have made with positive words. We point back to it every so often throughout the year, just to remind ourselves, this is how we need to treat each other. This is how we want to be treated, and it's no put downs, it's effort, it's listening, it's positive thinking, it's uplifting. I did see that it picked up a lot of traction very quickly, like again in tandem with my class dojo points. So it's something that they get rewarded for in my classroom. They get to spin a wheel for gift cards, and they can get those points as an individual or as a class. So I see that that really is what drove the buy-in. I have one of the lowest write-up ratios in the school, and I see that as I continue to make this a priority, students will raise themselves up to the expectations that I have for them. And this is our expectation. Our expectation is not perfection, but it is excellence. And that's what we're striving for.
The biggest impact I've noticed with implementing Capturing Kids' Heart here at Milam Elementary School is the relationship building piece that teachers have with students. They empower the students, and then the students actually are able to take that and connect with teachers, and teachers connect with students, and it builds a positive relationship. In implementing Capturing Kids' Hearts, I think teachers initially thought it was another thing to do. Once they developed their social contracts and built those social contracts in the classroom with the students, they actually got buy-in because they were able to use student suggestions to develop their classroom management plans without really having to come up with a classroom management plan. It's a team effort between the students and the teachers.
As a teacher, the biggest benefit of Capturing Kids' Hearts is classroom management, and it's something that is kind of a controversial thing. You hear these phrases in education, oh, build relationships or remember your why, and they can kind of get redundant, but it's so important to build relationships with your students as a teacher. I work extremely hard in the beginning to learn their names and to learn what they're interested in when we're doing good things or when we're going over the bell ringer or when I'm taking attendance. It's as simple as like, what'd you do this weekend? Tell me more about that video game. Tell me more about that movie you saw. Did you like it? Or that book you read? And just trying to find something in common or show some type of interest in what the kids are doing and what they're interested in. And then if they have their phone out or if there's some type of behavior issue that arises, you say, hey, would you mind putting that phone away? Or would you mind stopping that conversation while I'm up here teaching? And then they're way more likely to respond in a calm way and not, have this big stress response when they know that you respect them and they respect you in the same way. The exercise that we did in class today was called a relational capacity builder. It's one of the brain breaks that Capturing Kids' Hearts provides for teachers who use their program. It was called I've Got Your Back. A relational capacity builder is something that helps students build relationships with each other, helps teachers build relationships with their students, which is what CKH is all about. So towards the end of the year, we usually do some type of exercise where students can reflect back over the semester and write compliments to each other. You take a piece of paper, write your name on it, or sometimes people call it positive plates, where you do a paper plate, you tape it to your back, and you walk around and write compliments on each other's back. You don't always know who wrote the compliment, where it came from, and you don't see what people are writing as they're writing it, but afterwards you get to go back and look. And it's something that you can take with you and remember what your classmates thought about you and said about you for years to come. So a launch is part of everything we do at Tupelo High School. Class time, it's part of our lesson plans. Any meetings that we have are a class with a launch, and that is some type of encouragement. It can be as simple as a quote or a recap of what we learned today, empowering people to go out of the classroom or out of the meeting with something that inspires them or something they can take with them. Today our launch was about the activity that we did, and I encouraged the students to take that with them and put it somewhere where they could see it. And if they're having a bad day, they could look back at it and have a little bit of encouragement. I also always, when my students leave my room, I always tell them, I love you, I'll see you tomorrow, have a great day, and just try to encourage them as they're leaving and remind them that I care about them and that I will see them tomorrow.